Hello and welcome to the podcast From Stress to Success Blueprint. I'm your host, Lolita Guarin, and it is episode 235. How are those holidays going? I know, right? So I am continue to talking about how to manage stress during the holiday season, but now I'm going to be shifting towards, what happens after and how to deal with the consequences of those holidays. Excuse me. Okay, so um, first thing that I hear a lot people complain is how much money they spend. And of course, I should just have a financial advisor now pop on the screen and give you tips, but it's a short one today. And so here is the deal. How we can manage all that stress that really comes from this financial thing that we spend so much money. And usually it is, I don't know how about you, but I've seen it over and over with multiple people in my life and clients is that you could be doing your best, like, okay, I'm going to be planning, I'm buying the gifts, and I know how much you spend on everyone, and but you can plan ahead as you want to, but there's always those holiday seasons that you just somehow you spend more money. It's like there is some aunt that shows up. They have no idea she's going to be in a party, and now suddenly you need to have a gift. So you give her a gift, like you give somebody else's gift, and now you have to buy go them buy, or you've been invited to some party, and like, oh yeah, well you need to bring this and this and that, or you invited to some gala, and you need to spend a lot of money for this dress now because well you don't have what to wear and the content types the holidays is like, whoa, you like you're even afraid to look at that bill when it comes up in the next year. So how you deal with that? Number one, and actually that's kind of can help a lot with even those diets that I was actually talking in the previous episode. Um, how is that you going back onto those habits that has to do with your mental state, your diets, your finances, or your workout regime, all of those. So how is it you go back to your this normal, but there was some damage done in the past, right? Number one, have a plan how you recover and talk with the specialist. If you have a coach that, let's say, is your nutritional coach or your gym trainer or whatever, already have a plan of what is that you're going to do when you go back into your routine. Maybe you need to adjust a few things. Why it's I know, and you like tell me something new. It's not that I'm saying something new. It's about that you need to do it. Why is it helping your stress? I mean, lower your stress. It's helping by you having a control. We stress a lot and worry when you lose control. So when you tell yourself, even through this holiday season right now, when you think, oh my gosh, I spent so much money, or oh my gosh, I ate so much cake, or oh my gosh, I didn't even work out anything. What you're going to do now is already make a plan with that special person that's going to help you go back on track. Make a plan. By making a plan, you will calm yourself because that's mean you're going to get, you're going to control the situation. So that should give you sense of peace because you know what's going to happen next, right? And if you don't have a coach, I highly recommend you getting it. And if you need help, you hire a therapist. But really, action steps that happen when you have a good coach by your side. And obviously, if you need coach which help you with stress management, I'm here by your side. Okay, so you already have a plan. This is great. Then number two, if it's money and you're like, well, I already know how much you spend, then make a plan of how you're going to implement that. You see, like just right now, I told you that you need to plan to have a plan. Now is the plan actually to make that, like you just make a plan. You just really make a plan with all of those things that you already know, what help you, what didn't help you. And and already look ahead. How is this going to be? Do you foresee any blockages? Like then address them. Address those blockages that will be on the way to succeed. And so, for example, if let's say it's money, you're like, okay, yes, I know I need to, pay $1,000, but I can pay only 200 a month, and I really would like to do that, but I know that I'm going to go on vacation, so I'm going to spend probably another 300. Foresee those things and put that also in a plan. So you kind of doubling down on control and on helping yourself to calm down right now because you have that control. Well, I'm not going to repeat myself, kind of what I already said, but it's kind of going like the first thing what I said, but just kind of going deeper. And that is really the key to success because there's so many of us that start something new and we have a great plan, but we don't really foresee the blockages or some things that just can pop up, whatever, and then have a plan B. What is the worst thing that can happen if this plan is not going to happen? Because we have a tendency of, catastrophizing or thinking, oh my gosh, what's going to happen if, like, okay, I'm going to make, payment of $200, but what if my car breaks down, or something unforeseeable happens? What I'm going to do then? Come up with that plan too. Write it down, like have your plan in place. That's again, like, you know, you're telling yourself that you are in control. You will be fine no matter what happens. You have to do that, okay? Not just think about that, but like really do that. And the third thing, you cannot do it yourself. If you decide that you cannot do it yourself, then ask for help. And you're like, well, I mean, I can totally drink water by myself. Asking for help, but not necessarily means going and asking people for help. Of course, I just told you, get help from people. But if you think like you don't really need people, other people too, you already know what to do. There are plenty apps that can keep you accountable or track your progress. Okay. So, and just about that now I'm thinking, you know that few months back, maybe a month back, I released a stress management journal for adult children alcoholics. And I know you like, well, I'm not that kind of person. I don't need this journal. What it is, that journal really tells you every day what you need to write it down. It gives you prompts. It's very, very generic, okay? But what happens is when you track your progress, you can be accountable, for things that you want to achieve. And then it gives you the freedom of it gives you a peace of mind because you are in a control of situation. You are the one who's tracking yourself. You're the one who's being there for yourself. So it works on multiple levels. Why it's really important for you to do that. Obviously, all of this and on Amazon, all my books on Amazon. You also can go for all of that information to go check out my website, beamazingyou.com. And of course, like I said before, brand new membership is online to help you with the calm process in detail, with the videos and worksheets, with the bonus bonus whole section. Um, Two of my books are just a PDF. Really, just go and download it instead of going buying online. Um, Great interviews, and then also, of course, we're tackling stress management 1 month by 1 month of talking about different things. And I'm starting with time management because many of you tell me you don't have time for this. So that's how we're gonna find time for you. Okay, if you're still here, thank you so much for listening in. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe to my channel. I mean, all of this you already know. And if you have any ideas that you want me to talk about in new year, leave me a comment below and I'll be happy to answer your questions that has to do with stress management. And like I always say, reach out. You're not alone. And reach out to those people that you care, but also reach out to people that you don't even know. There's so many communities online that you will be so welcomed. So don't leave yourself alone. Don't be that person that think, oh, you don't want me. It's all really up to you. So reach out. 2025 is going to be quite a year and things will change and will change for the better if you want them to. I'll see you soon.